to your Miracle Mindset Monday for this week. And what a beautiful week it is going to be. So, first, of course, remember our Miracle Mindset Monday is really a generalized reading for the week. There are no personalized readings. If you'd like your own personalized reading, you are more than welcome to go visit my website at awakeningmiracles.org. Good morning, Shirley. Thanks for joining and thanks for being here. So, for this week, we are going to be using the Frequency Tarot, the Answer is Simple, and the Oracle of the Angels to give us a look at this week. And before we get into those cards, let's go ahead and let's take a look at our generalized message for the week. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. So for this week, our generalized message is it's twofold. So first, our generalized message is, of course, be here, be now, be in this moment. That is all that we are asked to do this week. No matter what comes up for you, be in that moment. Be willing to be there. Be willing to experience it. Then our second part of that message is realize that the more you grow in love, the more things are going to come up to be released. And of course, here on Tuesday, we actually do have a full moon. So today we're leading into that energy of the full moon. Then Tuesday we have the zenith of it. And then of course Wednesday we have the closing of that as we begin to enter in to this new year. Which, remember, with a new year, it's never about new year, new me. It's really about stepping into the truth of you. It's never about creating a new you. You already are whole, pure, and perfect. All we're doing is we're uncovering the truth of who we are. So this week, we want to be in the here. We want to be in the now. Not only do we want to do that, we also want to realize that we're growing in love. And love is very, very powerful because love brings up anything that is not like itself. And the reason that it does that, it doesn't do it to punish you. It doesn't do it to be, oh, I'm so mean. It does it because it says, okay, this is not a like vibration, or this is not a like thought. This is not a like idea. Let's bring it up. Let's look at it. Let's see if we want to continue to keep it. If we do, okay, great. If we don't, then we can really start to do that work to, release it. And remember, when we talk about releasing, we're talking about letting go of the value that we hold for it. And that doesn't mean it's not important. It doesn't mean that, we're just saying, oh, the whole entire situation was worthless. But what we're saying is we're no longer going to hold the value that says that this belief, this thought has to be right. We're willing to say, you know what? It doesn't have to be right because I don't want to be right. I want to be happy. Above all else, I want to be happy. And I will tell you, no, you cannot be both right and happy. Either you choose that you're right about your judgments, you're right about your story, or you choose that you want to be happy, which means you let go of that old story. So that is our generalized message for the week. Now let's go ahead and let's go to the cards and let's see what other beautiful messages we have for this week. So first we're going to go to the Frequency Tarot. And we're just going to see what beautiful messages we have for this week. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's see what other beautiful messages we have for this week. So our first card here is positive focus. So we can really look at this card and we can say, okay, we hear this all the time in the spiritual community, right? Focus on the positive, focus on the positive. And that's great and that's wonderful. And what we want to do is we, instead of just saying focus on the positive, let's focus on the lesson. Let's focus on what we are learning through whatever process or through whatever is coming up. A positive focus is merely saying, look at the silver lining. Look at the lesson that we are learning. Look at the beliefs that are being shown to you. Because if we do, that's where this beautiful potential gateway for healing, this potential gateway for growth, this potential is really hiding. It's right there in those ideas and those things that come up for us to be released. That's where the potential is, and we have to take this opportunity to really act on that potential, because potential is just potential until you do something with it. You could be full of potential. Each and every one of us are. But until we do something with that potential, it's just latent energy. It's just sitting there. It's just waiting for us to take advantage of it. And what we want to do is we want to play with that potential. We really want to start, having that conversation and not just kind of being like, oh God, it's more shadow work, or oh, I have to forgive this, or oh, I have to do that. Let's play with it a little bit. Let's be willing to play with it a little bit and say, okay, what am I learning from this? Or what belief is being shown to me in whatever way? And so as we do that, we begin to become more productive because we're not focused on the negative. We're not focused on the past. We're not focused on the problem. Instead, we are beginning to focus upon that solution. And we just have to really trust ourselves. And when I say trust ourselves, I'm not talking about trusting the ego self. I'm talking about trusting your true self, that infinite being that is within you, that has all the answers to everything. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Becky. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, everyone. All right. So, and as we do that, we begin to build, a better relationship with that essential essence within us, with that essential being. And, it really can start to guide us. That's what spirit guides do. It guides us. But, this is the catalyst. This whole year, if we really look at it, has been a catalyst for our growth. So that is just the frequencies that we can embody for this week. So we're asked to look at the positive. And remember, looking at the positive or focusing on the positive is what is coming up for me. What's the silver lining here? What is being asked to be released? We play with that potential growth. As we play with that potential growth, we become more productive because we're beginning to trust ourselves, our true self, and we begin to really build that relationship with that true self so that it can guide us and so that we can be catalyzed to really begin that beautiful growth that's already there so that we can begin to uncover the truth of who we are. So we don't have to sit there and say, oh, I'm creating a new me. You don't have to create a new you. You already have a perfect you that is within you, and you must merely recognize that it is there. And the way that we recognize that it is there is by doing this work. Because as we do this work, we begin to see the truth. We begin to see, wow, like this belief was really holding me back. Or this idea was really holding me back. This story was holding me back. And I'm done with it holding me back. And I'm ready to step into this new story that spirit has already written for me. It's already there. And I believe I said this last week, but all magic really is, according to, the Disney Channel, with Agatha talking to her granddaughter, is magic is very simple. It's about basically wishing that you had something and then letting yourself have it. I wish that, I could be happier. Great. Let the universe bring that to you by looking at the beliefs, looking at the thoughts, looking at the ideas that come up about happiness and about being happier, be willing to say, ooh, okay, that's a block there. I'm so glad that this block came up. Now I can begin to play with this block. And, do I really want this? Do I want to continue it? Is it hard work? It can be, because it's bringing up things that maybe you've kind of repressed or kind of said, I don't really want to look at this, so I'm going to shove it over here in the corner. And now, once again, as we grow in love, that love is bringing it up to be looked at once again. So, hi, Monica. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Hi, Tina. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. So now let's go to the answer is simple. And let's see what other beautiful energies we're working with for this week. Okay, so we have our beautiful energies. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So our first card here is to really invest in your spirit. So like we talked about, investing in the truth of who you are, really starting that spiritual practice. And remember, a spiritual practice doesn't have to just be you sitting there chanting Om. A spiritual practice doesn't mean that you have to get crystals or that you have to get cards or that you have to do anything. Investing in your spirit simply means to invest in what brings you joy, to invest in what lights you up, and really begin that process. And as you begin that process, what tends to happen is that spiritual part of you or that truth of you begins to grow because you're watering it. Okay, you're watering it with your attention, with your focus, and that's what you want to do. So then we're going to also say thank you. We're going to be in that attitude of gratitude for no matter what arises for us. And I know that probably sounds, not the funnest thing to do, but we have to realize that everything that happens to us is happening because we have the responsibility for sight, as A Course in Miracles teaches. And it says basically that whatever I see and whatever I experience, I've asked for. And so I can be grateful and I can be thankful for these things that are, occurring in whatever way. Remember, we're looking for that silver lining. We're looking for, that bright spot. And we're saying, okay, this is what I can be grateful for. This is what I can be thankful for in this trial, in this tribulation that I am currently, going through. I can look at things to be thankful for and grateful for, because then what am I focusing on? Am I focusing on the problem or am I focusing on the solution? As I move in gratitude, and remember, gratitude means gratitude means I appreciate what I love. So if we look at gratitude in that way, it's looking at it, at least in my view, a completely different way, and just being like, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. It's really appreciating that which you love. And as you begin to appreciate that which you love, we get this beautiful create card. And we have to remember that we are the co-creators of our reality. If we want happiness, if we want joy, if we want peace, if we want those things, we have the ability to co-create it. But there's a little caveat with that. But if you don't believe you're worthy of it, if you don't believe that you can have it, if there are thoughts, beliefs, ideas that tell you that, no, I can't have this, good morning, then guess what? Then you can't have it. But we have to look at that stuff that's there, that's, sitting there waiting for us to look at it, saying, hey, I'm here. And, as soon as you're ready to look at me and let me go, I'm out of here. But we have to look at it. So we have to really begin to co-create that. And the way we co-create is the universe gives us everything. 100% of the time. Gives us exactly what we want, exactly what we're asking for. but it gives us exactly what we're asking for based on the belief that we can have it, or that it's, it's really easy to get, but God, is it hard to hold on to? And that's what it's going to give us. So it's going to say, here you go, here's your silver platter, but you believe that the silver platter is going to melt through your hands. So guess what? It's going to melt through your hands. We're done with it melting through our hands. We're going to look at those beliefs. We're going to look at those thoughts, and we're going to be willing to release them. We're going to be willing to let them go and really see this beautiful creation of investing in ourselves, investing in the truth of who we are, and really appreciating the truth of who we are, and really moving in that gratitude. So then what we're going to do is, now we're going to come over here to the Oracle of the Angels, and we're going to see what beautiful affirmations we have for this week. Okay. I love when the messages repeat themselves in a different deck of cards. I love when it does that. Okay, so our first one is I am creator, number 11. Absolutely beautiful card. And so let's go ahead and let's read that beautiful affirmation. I am the one and only co-creator of my life. I create through my thinking. I am creating every second of my life. When I am aware of my creator self, I make room only for thoughts of pure love and light. So then we move to the moving into the light card, which is number 32. Number 32. I find a hidden blessing in each of my, now this is challenges, but I always like to say opportunities for growth. I don't like to use the word challenge. I like to use opportunity for growth. So that's what I will be replacing it with. So I find a hidden blessing in each of my opportunities for growth. I am forever transforming, evolving, and progressing along my path. And then our last card, which is absolutely beautiful, of course, is number 33, success. Success. I have in me all that it takes to achieve a fulfilled and happy life. All my power lies in the way I think. I consciously attract love, joy, abundance, and happiness into my life. I deserve to succeed. So right there, that last card giving us, yes, you deserve to succeed. Yes, you can create a beautiful, happy life. And it all depends on the way that you're thinking, what you believe. And of course, that's just my viewpoint. That's just the way I see it, because that's what I've learned, is that I create constantly through my thoughts and beliefs. The universe is always giving to me exactly what I have asked for. Even if I don't even know I've really asked for it, it's always there. So that is just, I just really love this reading for, this week, because this week is part of the new year, and we have this beautiful full moon, and we have all of this stuff that's coming up. And remember, it's coming up because you are growing in love. And love is just bringing up anything that is not like itself. So do not despair that things are coming up. Don't be sad about it. Instead, be grateful that you're having this beautiful potential energy, and you have the opportunity to play with it, and this opportunity to release it and let it be exactly what it is. An opportunity for your growth. That's all. So I thank you for joining me. I thank you for being here. If you are interested in your own personalized Miracle Mindset Monday, then please feel free to go visit my website, awakeningmiracles.org. I thank you so much for joining me. I thank you so much for being here. I thank you so much for your support through 2020, and I look forward to continuing to see your support and love in 2021, and being a support in love for you in 2021.